everybody. Say hi to Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, hi. Hi. Hi.
Do not start yet, please. I have to
Can you hear me?
Hey.
Jake, you need to turn it up.
No.
Jake,
It's
stop.
turned up. Shut up, Jake. God. Okay. Everybody have your packets out. Packet time.
I need to go to. I just saw my truck. Damn it! I dropped the ball today.
You're an idiot.
He's got mine too.
I'm moving on, so you better hurry up. I'm moving
It's all the way
on.
on the parking lot.
Jared, they're just as dumb as you are, and they're still here. Good thing you're in track, right? Okay.
I actually quit track, so I'm gonna walk my.
You better hurry. No, you're gonna miss this stuff. Move it.
I'll quickly jog.
Mason,
All right. So
never make
last time, if I can have all your attention now, we said we were gonna move into Michelangelo today. We'll start with the sculpture work. Last time we were talking about the magnificent Michelangelo, who I lovingly refer to as Mike on a regular basis.
Do you love him?
And I do love him. I do love him very much.
We were doing
So,
academic bowl yesterday, and all this crap that you're teaching us came in handy.
All this crap that I'm teaching you.
I'll
Well,
make her feel good.
love
That's
that.
what Mr. Sohey said, so I just went with
Are we just now starting Michelangelo? Because the last thing I had was the statue on the left was Apollo.
Yes, we're just
Yeah, we're
now
just
starting
starting
Michelangelo.
Okay.
Yeah, we
These are like
we went to this picture of him, and this is the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
So.
We opened up, we discussed him, I talked to you
We
about
talked about
him.
his broken nose.
We talked about his broken nose because he was frequently rude to others. And one time pulled that off in a bar that someone didn't appreciate and punched him in the face and broke his nose.
I wrote that.
And so there you go. It was not Raphael. Okay, so, you know, there he is. Here is someone who absolutely, he really did not like the way that he looked at all,
Do you want to spread?
and yet absolutely adored physical beauty, loved physical beauty, and created some of the most beautiful things that the world has ever seen, and yet looked at himself and felt himself to be a very ugly person.
It's not very good.
It's a rather ironic thing, you know. What's going on inside of him emotionally must be some stuff, right? Got some stuff going on in there. Now, also, you need to understand about Michelangelo, how he felt about his talent, that it was definitely God-given gift. He was extremely religious. As harsh and rude and brutish as he was, I know you're thinking, how does that go hand in hand with him being a Christian? He was very religious. He was Catholic. And his relationship with his pope, which was Julius II, was not necessarily the best relationship because they did argue a whole lot. They even fought each other about things, about artistic things, obviously. But Michelangelo was very religious and wanted to do the right thing religiously. So that internally religious struggle had to be very, very difficult for him. He did not see anything wrong with nudity in art. There's a difference between pornography and nudity. We have discussed that at length. But he believed that the body was the temple of Christ and there was no shame in it, and had no problem placing nude figures in churches and things like this. And you know, he didn't see a problem with that, and really had trouble with priests or monks or cardinals who had a problem with that. I mean, he would fight with them, you know, argue, and they get into it, you know. So he's a rather exciting, volatile figure to be around. I would love to have been in the room with him working and stuff and see things that he's doing and just the conversations that he would have, the intellect the man had, and the great talent. Fantastic, fantastic. So now, let me share with you, the first piece that we'll look at is the Pietà of St. Peter's. The Pietà of St. Peter's.
They're both on the first page.
one.
Is it?
Yep, both of them are on the first page.
Alright, very first page. That is lovely. Lovely. Now, this word pietà, what is this word pietà? What is that?
Death. I should know because we sing this word a lot.
It is not death. That's a good guess, though.
Love?
Not love, not
Caring.
struggle,
with statue.
not caring.
Golden?
No.
Sadness?
It is an Italian word. Pietà is Italian for
Saving?
Sadness? Savior?
not sadness, but in that realm.
Depression?
Not grieving, but we're still in the realm.
Malice?
It does start with a P. It does start with a P.
First with P?
Prosperity?
No, it's a sad. It's a sad P. It's a sad P.
Oh shoot.
I know.
Italian pietà.
Hang on.
Pietà.
Where's the accent? Pissed?
No, not
Could be pissed off St. Peter. I mean, I'm just kidding.
What?
I said being pale. That's a really sad word.
No. It would be sad for me
Give me
also.
the second letter.
I.
Pietà.
Pietà. It's the Italian version of.
Pissed.
Or guess that.
Purple?
Does not have a P-I.
P.I.
Picky.
Pity. You're right.
Pity.
Very good. Very
Pity
good, Sarah.
equals pity. I gotta write that down.
Yes. Pietà is Italian word for pity in English. This is the pity. Whose pity?
That guy that's dying in
Pity
the lab.
who?
Mary.
Mary. Yes. The pity of Mary. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of pietàs. Okay, it's the pity of Mary as she holds her dead son in her arms.
You're gonna make me cry.
Okay. Yes, that's what this is. That's our scene. There is Mary with her dead son who's been brought off the cross, and she holds him. This is very sacred
This
moment in Catholic lore and religion.
It almost looks like you can see
He
that
does
hole
not
in
have
his hand.
a stab wound
Does
in
it
his
look?
side.
It almost looks
Or
like
is it
that
covered?
on his
Here.
hand.
Okay. I was gonna say, this is not good because
Is
that
that
would
black
be bad.
spot on his hand? Is it
Eric,
supposed to
you
represent
can
the
see the stab wound that she's talking about. Oh, great, we're gonna be off again. Where's that gonna come out at?
It's nothing
Where
exactly.
is it?
I know.
Nothing exactly what you're
I know. You know what's
It's like
gonna
you
happen.
see where her
It's
finger
gonna
is
be on
right
her
there.
face. Oh, it came out. Yes. We're
Okay.
gonna get an amen.
So, amen.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous because I couldn't see it and that would be bad.
Okay, that is the puncture wound that they stabbed him. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so here, let's back up for a minute now. Don't get ahead of yourself because there's lots of stuff to take. But we do have the scene here with, as I said, Mary holding her dead child. The Catholics do adore this scene, and we have it in paint. Lots of artists have done this. We have thousands and thousands of them. But this is Michelangelo's version. It's not his only version. He does have another one, which we'll look at later. But this is the Pietà of St. Peter's, because it is in St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Yes, that's right, exactly. When you first go in the main doors of St. Peter's, it is to the right, and it is behind bulletproof glass, and you can get nowhere near it.
So you didn't touch it.
Didn't touch it.
Why is
Didn't
it
touch
behind bulletproof glass?
Well, I'm going to tell you about that later, but let me focus on it right now.
Have you ever seen the Da Vinci Code?
Michelangelo was only 22 years old when he did this piece. Very young, right? Very young when he did this piece. It is the one that he probably loved the most of everything he ever done, of all paint, of all sculpture. This is it. This is it. This was his love. It is also the only work that he ever signed.
Where did he sign it?
Okay, I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Okay, the only work that he ever signed. This was done for beauty and purity. And this is to show, if you want to talk about I talked about how religious he was. I think he puts all of it in this piece. He shows how he feels about his religion in this piece. Okay, so I'm going to erase that because we know it does not go with us. Okay, hello. This doesn't like me today.
It doesn't like you
The
anymore.
I
flags
don't
on
know.
her
It's
dress
like
are just
possessed by Satan.
Do you know why it's the only work he ever signed?
Yes. Yeah, I do, and I'm gonna tell you that. Okay. Look at this face. Is this not beautiful?
Perfect. She looks very young though.
She does look very young. How good of you to catch that. Okay, there are two things visually that are strange about the piece, and you just caught the hardest one that people don't catch usually. And so, good for you, Kylie, to have such an eye. Is that the mother is very young, right? The mother of Jesus at this point, at his death, would have been how old?
Older than that.
Older than that. That's right.
She would have been like 40 or 50.
Older than that. I love that answer.
Right? Like 50
That-
closer to her 50.
That is exactly right. Well, now hold on, because
You know?
you and I think of motherly figures as older people, right? So we want to think of Mary as older, in her 50s, like you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
But in reality, how old was Jesus when he died?
33.
Okay, about 33. The reality, though, is that Mary was a teenager probably when she did have Jesus.
Well, yeah.
So let's add that.
Even if she was
She's only like in
13,
her 40s.
even if she was 13, she
Yes.
would have been 46. So
Right.
upper
But
40s.
this face is not quite the face of even that. Okay? But the accepted matronly mother of Jesus is definitely not that, is it?
No.
No. Okay, so Michelangelo is going to receive a lot of criticism from people at the time pretty much immediately. They're like, what the heck?
Root it up.
What the heck, Michelangelo? We don't appreciate this, you know? And his response is that what he is showing is the purity of Mary, okay, the pureness of her soul. I mean, let's think about this, guys. And
That is
all of us know that in the Catholic faith, the Catholics do hold Mary on a pedestal, right? Okay, but even if you're not Catholic, if you're a Christian, you have to think of Mary as being a very special woman, right?
Mhm.
Because guess what? God chose her to be the mother of his child. He didn't choose me. He chose her. Her. Of all women on the planet at the time, he chose her. So what Michelangelo was trying to do was to show her specialness, her purity. He didn't want to show wrinkles and things like that. Sin does at times does that to you, and he didn't want to put that on there.
I keep seeing you in these paintings of Mother of Jesus.
Go home to my wife who says you're in a look, you send a lot.
Now, there's another thing that's visually different. Let's go back one and look at it. And now, let us.
Hanks, give me your best
Okay.
sad pose.
I can't do it. There's no way I can do it. I can't.
Do it.
So I need a Mary and a Jesus.
I'll be
Oh.
Jesus.
Okay, come on. You can't. I need a female.
Oh, my lady.
All right, here we go.
I'm not being Mary. He would enjoy that way too much.
I would.
Come on, Mary.
Oh.
Mary, you're gonna reenact this pose here. So you got the right hand up. You're gonna hold him. And this one is out like this.
Where her hand is, you can like see
Are you
her.
trying to show us this is physically impossible?
You got this arm down. This arm. You can't hold on. You can't hold on. You gotta put it right here. Okay, now your hand is.
Oh,
That's all. I put her in there. There you go.
That worked out.
Okay. All right. Now let's look.
Oh, that get a picture.
Wait, hold on. She's gonna get a picture.
Oh,
Y'all gotta be fast. You gotta be fast.
There's a little bit.
Right there, stay.
Hold your. There, good. Good, Risa. Hold your hand out like that. Very good.
I'm
Perfect.
shaking because my abs.
Your abs. It's a good workout for your abs. Good job. Good job. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay.
Oh, small
Now,
boy.
that was not exactly what I see here, is it?
Yeah, it was.
It's a little different. And,
Beautiful.
okay, so what's going on up here?
Mary's like bigger.
Mary is definitely bigger, isn't she?
Her legs are definitely like look much larger, like a
He
chair
just looks
instead
little.
of.
Like he just looks.
Yep.
Right.
He's like a child.
But we're kind of camouflaging that with all the drapings of her clothing, right? A little bit, so that's good. But the reality is, if they stood up the way that they're carved right now, Mary would be about 7 foot tall, and Jesus would be about 5'5".
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not exactly correct, is it?
No.
No. Is this an accident? Did he mess up? Oops. Whoops.
No.
I slipped with my pick. I'm done. No, it's not an accident. Right, yeah, we're like, oh crap, we're just gonna go ahead and go with that. No. Okay, couple of things we're doing here. First of all, in art at the time, it's a really big thing to do a pyramidal scheme like this because that draws the focus. When you, yes, okay? So we want to have this pyramidal scheme like this. The second thing is,
Jared didn't see that.
okay, the second thing is, and this is a really major point right here, that no matter the age of Jesus, 33, okay, and the mother here, is we want to help to draw from the people who are looking at this, is that you have a mother holding her dead baby.
So she made him smaller and her larger.
Yes. Okay? Regardless that he's 33 years old, I know he's not a tiny infant, you know, with a baby bottle in him. You can't do that. I mean, that's not correct, is it? Little baby tiny infant Jesus. We can't do that because that's
Dear baby Jesus.
Dear baby Jesus. No, because when Jesus died, he was 33 years old, a full-grown man. But if I want to help to create that emotion when people stand in front of this, I got to do it. I mean, it's really a trickster, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got to create this because I want a mother holding her dead child. Now, to say those words is really hard, isn't it? I want to show a mom holding her dead baby. It's your baby, no matter what. She is holding her dead baby for all the world to see, and that's what this arm out here like this is about. She's exposing this like this. Look what you have done. That's what this is about. Look what you've done. The arm on the left, Jared. I know you can't hear me. But the arm on the left, she's got this arm out. She's like, look what you've done.
To my baby.
To my baby. This is my baby. And he's dead. God, what a horrible thing to lose a child. You know, no one ever wants to go through that. But in this case, in religion, we believe as Christians that the most horrible thing you can think of is what had to happen. That they had to lose their own child. Okay? So we have this dead child. It's his mother. And then in this face is such emotion because it is so sweet and yet there's sadness there.
You can see that stress line in her forehead and everything too.
Beautiful face.
It looks like she could almost just look up, like she was.
Yes.
She needs a tear.
Yeah. Just that sweet little.
Yeah. Can you just imagine just that one tear just rolling,
Just
either
one
from the
little tear.
corner here or just.
Right by her nose.
Yeah, you can see that.
Right. As it has been described, I have a little piece here to read to you. It is the culmination, the pietà, of all that the artists of the Renaissance sought to convey. It's both tragic and beautiful. The gentle figure of Christ rests in his grieving mother's lap, her hand raised in exposition. The pietà is sublimely emotional, intense in its drama and harmony, as the flowing folds of the Virgin's drapery cradle the figure of her dead son. It's a beautiful piece. And I have yet to see it without crying. I can't get through it without crying. It's my favorite piece, but I've never looked at it without crying. And
You're looking at it right now without crying.
well, in person. Look at this. And remember that this is marble, and all the man had to work with were rough tools.
It looks like.
Yeah, but he's got a six-pack.
Is that not amazing?
Oh, that's not
This may be sacrilegious, but she just has a hot body.
Now, let me just tell you, to me, that literally looks like someone laying there, and it looks like they've had like this white.
Powder put on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could even see like where her hand and cloth.
Yeah.
Is that cloth supposed to be
that's
saying?
cloth.
Yeah, that's her cloth.
Yeah,
His
that's
sternum. Look at his sternum there. And
You
the
can see
arm
his
and the
section.
hand as it comes
Whatever.
down.
That's what I said.
Number.
And
All
like
the-
just the way it's turned, you could tell that if he was actually laying there, his muscles would be turned like that.
Yes.
And look, the bulge in his arm, like that fatty bulge that
Yeah,
nobody wants to
because
see.
her hands under there.
Yeah, that's there.
All the details. It's ridiculous.
I thought there was only 3 fingers at first, and I was like, uh-oh, and then I saw
Look at
that.
those legs.
Look at those feet.
Look at his feet
Look
here
at his
and
calves.
ankle. Where you
Look
have that
at
little
those
tendon that runs on your ankle
Yeah.
bone. Look at
Jesus
that.
walked everywhere. I feel like Hebrews had more legs.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
Jesus
pretty
would not be
good.
so
Those are some nice looking legs.
No, they are not. Look at
And
the
plus
top.
he's dead, so you can't exactly, you can't hold him to his
Look at
knees.
the skin right here even. You know how you
Yeah.
do that and you have that
The
little
part that you cut shaving all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
When we come back from lunch, we'll finish.
Like I said, that might be
top.
My ankle and right there is where I always cut.
I always cut my right there.
The back of my
And
ankle.
I'm like, ah! And I can't use Nair because then I'm allergic to it.
It burns my skin.
So I just let it go.